So sustainability is no longer a buzzword, but an environment, economic and social driver that's changing our day-to-day life. If I really talk about the world GDP in next 50 years, the GDP is forecasted to double in next 50 years. What does that in reality means? 3 times the physical infrastructure need. And that's not going to happen to have a sustainable world for us. So the only way for us to double the GDP in next 50 years is through technology. And for that, digitization of every single industry is going to happen. The only way to have a sustainable growth going forward in the GDP is going to be through technology and by digitization, be it manufacturing, be it transportation, be it agriculture, be it construction. Every single industry which can benefit from technology and digitization is going to accelerate. And more so coming out from COVID, what we have seen is that the technology acceleration or the digitization of the industry accelerated by almost a decade. There was a myth in the industry, there was a myth in the society that a lot of things cannot be done digitally, cannot be done remotely, and that myth has been broken, unfortunately, due to the COVID accident, but positive, the digitization has accelerated by almost a decade, I would say. And what does that mean for the workforce of the future? That means that every one of us on the planet needs to reskill ourselves. We need to learn to adopt to the technology, to the digitization. And there are new innovation coming out of artificial intelligence, machine learning, things which can be done remotely, faster, better, in a much secure way, will accelerate, will benefit every industry. And before pre-COVID, the hypothesis was that digitization will reduce the cost of operations as well, which is very important. But besides cost, during the COVID time, what has shown is digitization will also help address the safety aspects of doing the business, will also help reach the new segment of the consumer or the customer, so you can increase your revenue. And then last but not least, help with the burning issue of the sustainability in the world, which is no longer a buzzword. As I said, if any business does not have a sustainability strategy going forward, that business will not exist in 10 to 20 years from now. I'm convinced about it. It's almost like a table stake now that for every company, every business to have a sustainability agenda, and that can only be implemented through the digitization of their own processes, their supply chain, and their own workforce. So I'm super passionate about the sustainability aspects. I'm super passionate about digitization of every single industry and everybody which can benefit. We used to say, coming from my past job, that anybody which can benefit from connectivity will be connected in the world. I would say now anything, any business which can help from digitization will be digitized. And all of us need to learn to live with acceleration of digitization and reskill ourselves to do re-engineering of the processes to take benefit of this digitization. So besides what I talked about, sustainability aspects of digitization, how we can benefit, one other area which is a big global challenge is the safety aspect of doing the businesses. And I'm coming from a mobile industry, fiber deployment, and a lot of those industries and many parts of the geography around the world, safety is a big concern, safety and health hazards. And the only way for us sitting in a central location to support our people and make sure that everybody is following the right guideline is also the digitization part and the artificial intelligence part. So digitization is not only about enabling the efficiency of running the business. Every business is becoming global, and for businesses to make real impact, they need to be sustainable. Health and safety is a big issue which can be addressed through digitization of the processes. And then also the market reach, because whole world is one if you really look from a market point of view. And for businesses and startup to scale, you need to adopt the digitization in your workflows, in your customer engagement, in your delivery models. More and more projects are getting delivered remotely. So I think that's how I would see that we as a community should look at digitization, not only addressing the sustainability, not only reducing the cost, but also the business growth, expanding the customer base, health and safety aspects of our employees and subcontractors, and how can we make the whole world more safe place, more sustainable, and for our employees, our workforce of future, to have more fun, because the next generation of young people would like to have much more digitization in their day-to-day interaction and their day-to-day workflows. So I think that's how we as leaders need to think of how do we adopt digitization in our companies. I can give you my own example. We had big difficulty in my previous company to attract the young talent because they felt that we were doing a lot of things manually or by processes which were not digitized. So we said, hang on, if we want to attract the workforce of future, we need to digitize. We need to give our new employee experience, which is best in class in terms of digitization. So I think those are some of the aspects where we as a leaders in companies need to think about digitization going forward and accelerate it even more to attract the young talent and all other aspects.